This is Mureh of Yeshua, unveiling the last prophet before the gathering. Take a look at the illustration. Let's read. Israel bombs Lebanese city of Baalbek after ordering entire population to leave. Where's Baalbek? It's entire. What is Tyre? The seat of Satan. He even placed his name there. Baal, God. The owner is God. What else is in Lebanon? Mount Hermon, where the fallen ones came down and made their pact. They saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took wives of all which they chose. When the Most High gave them judgment, he said, your children, your seed, your offspring shall murder one another from generation to generation. This is what you're watching here. The Gentiles are killing one another. Look, behind Israel is America and all these Western nations. The prophecy is playing out right in front of your face. Soon, the Messiah will come in the clouds with power and great glory. Let's begin. Malachi, you would say Malachi, chapter 4, 1 to 3. Let's unveil this prophecy. 1. For behold, the day is coming that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud. Who are the proud? The 13th month cult of Baal. You will find them from year to year, hovering around equinoxes, in March and April in the spring, and September and October in the fall. They were presented with the truth. It did not line up with their predisposition, so they went into cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a mental illness. It's a medical condition. What they did, instead of checking, trying, and proving what I said, they just tried to explain it away. In the Bible, that condition is called pride. Pride comes before the fall. Yes, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that comes shall burn them up. It's the lake of fire, said Yahuwah to Zabaoth, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Even your children shall perish. 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise. Let's stop for a moment. The Gentiles like to use son. They're trying to bring in their son God, Jesus Christ, in the Old Testament, in prophecy. But the Son of Righteousness is not really the choice that I would make. In translation, there's many choices. Go to the Blue Letter Bible, click on the Strong's, find this passage, and you'll see all of the alternatives. Here's one of the alternatives that I chose. Let me read it again, putting what's in parentheses in the sentence. But unto you that fear my name, and his name is Yahuwah, shall the sunrise be on the righteous with healing in his wings, and you shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. 3. And you shall tread down the wicked. Have you guys been paying attention? Have you seen them come one by one? Have you seen them being treaded down? You just seen a brief action. This action has been going on for years. For they shall be as ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, in the day when you see the aggressive move of Yahuwah to Zabaoth. 4. Remember you the law of Masha, my servant. Yes, master. Which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all of Yeshurun, with the statutes and judgments. Who is the champion of the statutes and judgments? Who has been fighting all these years on behalf of Yahuwah? The Mureh of Yeshurun. I challenge the whole world. Show me a statute that tells you to add a 13th month. Show me a statute that tells you to follow the first new moon after the equinox. Show me a statute that tells you to follow some 358 rule. Show me a statute that tells you to follow a solar calendar. They cannot. Instead, they challenged me. They said, show us a statute that tells us that we cannot do it. So I took them to Numbers chapter 9, showed them the law of Yahuwah and what he said. He said that you cannot move to another month for any reason unless you touch the dead body, or you were on a journey afar off and could not make it home on time. They scoffed at it. So I showed them the judgment that if you forbear, postpone to move to another month for any other reason besides what was stated, you shall be cut off from amongst his people. Death. They went into cognitive dissonance and tried to explain it away. 5. Behold, I will send you Elisha the prophet. This transliteration is improper. Go to the Blue Letter Bible. Go to the Strong's Concordance. They're going to give you two choices, two names. One is Elisha. The proper transliteration for Elisha is Ol Yahu. The next one is Elias. The proper transliteration for Elias is Ol Yah. Look at the letters. These letters come from the ancient text. Before 500 years, before the Messiah came on the earth. The Hebrew reads from right to left. What are the letters? Ah, La, Ya, Ha. What does it mean? A strong shepherd who is an extension of Yah's arm. To the Kedusha Yam, the assembly, the called out ones, the children of Yeshurun. Let's read it again with the proper name. Behold, I will send you Ol Yah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahuwah. I am here, his champion, and if I am here, his coming is right around the corner. 6. Here's my purpose. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children. What is the missing component in the household? The fathers. I am here to raise up powerful men that will teach their children the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments, and to turn the heart of the children to their fathers. I'm here to teach them respect. Honor your father and your mother, that your days will be long upon the land which Yahuwah Alayak give it unto you. I'm here to teach the children to respect their elders. Look what Yahuwah says next. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Now, I've made a lofty claim. Do I have a resume to be Oya the prophet? Let's go back many years. Who is the champion of the name that is above all names? And the name is Yahuwah. And his salvation name is Yahusha. In the beginning, before you even came to the way, I was fighting with all of the Rakataka groups, the Gentiles, and the apologists on the internet. They attacked me daily. Some of them said there is no you in Hebrew. I told them you're right. There's also no A. There's no E. There's no I. There's no O. There is no U. But if you're looking for a letter that would make the sound that the Wa makes, and the Wa makes an oo sound. If you're looking for a letter in English that makes the sound, the phonetic sound that the Wa would make in English, it would be the U. Oo. You. Then they came and they said his name is not Yahusha. They said his name is Yahweh Shai. I told them that's impossible. It's a compound name, or better yet, it's a name with an action, the prefix Yahuwah, the suffix Yasha. What does Yasha mean? Salvation. You put them together, it's Yahusha. But they said it's Yahweh Shai. I asked them, is there a Yashai? Show me. They could not. Instead, they called me things like stupid and had to run away. Then they said that the U was introduced into the language by the Greeks. The Greeks don't have a U in their ancient language. The only letter that's close to the U is Upsilon. Do you see? I champion the name that is above all names. And when you see me teach, I highlight the name. I do not take it in vain. I do not hide it. I expose it to all the masses. And I expose his titles. In 2019, the man of sin was revealed by the champion of Yahuwah. I told him where Esau dwells. Yahuwah has uncovered his secret place. He cannot hide anymore. Then he gave the physical address. Timon and Dedan, Medina and Mecca, Moab, Mount Seir. Then the Rakataka group came to attack again. They said Esau is the white man, and they took him back into Europe. They went into Americas. Listen to me. The Father uncovered Esau's secret places. These brothers came back to cover him up. They're batting for the other team. Your leaders are wicked in everything they do. Who else did the champion expose? God. He is God Ra'or, his name from the heavens. He is the one who deceived Eve. He is the one who showed men the blows of death. By his hand, men have gone around the world to steal, kill, and destroy. I even showed you what he looks like, with his red feathers and his beak. Who is the champion of the lunar Sabbath? If you are on the lunar Sabbath today, I am that champion. I fought year in and year out to make a way for you to return back to Yahuwah. The apologists wanted you to go back to Pope Gregory's calendar, to a Sunday Sabbath, to a Saturday Sabbath, and I shut them all down by teaching them the perfect way of Yahuwah and asking, show me any place in the text where he tells you to use Pope Gregory's calendar. Then they go to Leviticus chapter 23, and it says 6 days you shall work and do all your labor, but the seventh day is the Shabbat of Yahuwah. It's obvious they cannot read. When you read Leviticus chapter 23, 1, 2, and 3, you will find out that he said, these are my feast. And then he lists the weekly Sabbath first. 6 days shall you work and do all your labor, and the seventh day is the Shabbat of Yahuwah. Hey, how do you find a feast day? The moon is the sign of feasts, the book says. The moon is the sign to the righteous. Finally, the crowning achievement, the reason that I am here as your champion to bring back the path of the years, and all the children of Yeshua will forget and will not find the path of years. Why? They'll be following the Gentiles. It's hard to get them away. They love Mr. White. They love Baal. They love his consort, Istra. But I have championed the path of years. No one can stand against it. Why? Because it is perfection. Now let's see if I can move you away from your delusion. Can you control the moon? Think about it. This is rational thinking versus delusion. Brother Daoud, why are you asking such a stupid question? This is what they're trying to achieve. They're trying to control the moon, to bring it back to an equinox. On paper. Can you do it? Will your adjustment on paper change anything in the heavens? Will it change the sun, the moon, and the stars in their rotations? If it doesn't, your adjustment is a delusion. Okay, you adjusted the calendar. Will the Most High line up to your days? Can you twist his arm? Can you throw him to the ground? Can you put him in a headlock? Can you make him tap out? Can you make him cry uncle? If you can't, it's a delusion. He said, I hate your new moons. I hate your Shabbats. I hate your feast days. They are an abomination unto me. Does the addition of a 13th month yield 354 or 384 days? Think about it. Think about it. Look for it. Look for a 384-day year in Scripture. Please check, try, and prove all things. If you can't find it, then you know it's a delusion. Who created this 13th month delusion? His name is God. Baal God. He said he is the owner. Who is God? He created this delusion to destroy the children of Yasharo. The Father passed judgment upon him and his band of angels that saw the daughters of men that they were fair and took wives of all which they chose. He sentenced them to death, that they would destroy one another. He vowed to destroy the children of Yasharo. The only way he could do that is to move them out of their hedge of protection, move them away from Yahuwah, draw them in to his days. Listen, you're fighting a spiritual battle here. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and spiritual wickedness in high places. So the Father knew you were not up for the fight. So he sent you a champion, Dioya, to lead you back to him, to take you away from Baal, God, and the 13th month cult of Baal. Does the Most High have the ability to bring a harvest even in the winter months? Think about it. Think about it. Who controls the 12 doors of the sun? Who controls the 12 portals in which the sun, the moon, and the stars go in and out of? Who controls the 12 windows that are inside of those portals? Go to Malachiah chapter 3. The children of Yasharo transgressed against Yahuwah. He did not give them a harvest. He told them to come back to me, keep my commandments, and see, test me, if I will not open up the windows of heaven. There are 12 windows of heaven corresponding to the 12 months of the year. He can open it at any time to pour you out a blessing where there will not be room to receive it, because he is Yahuwah. Tizabaut. He is the creator of all things. To think that you have to add a 13th month to the calendar is to actually say by your actions that you don't believe that he has the ability and that you have to help him? How dare you come with your delusion and teach others to follow the same? Now the All Yah is here. Follow me. I'm going to lead you to the promised land. Don't just follow blindly like you've been doing all these years. You are to check, try, prove all things, and see if it is of Yah. Instructions shall follow soon. Stay tuned. Shalom.